Welcome back to American Agenda. Vaccine mandates now being taken to disturbing new levels. A Colorado healthcare system is telling a patient waiting on a kidney transplant that she will no longer be an eligible recipient of the organ if she remains unvaccinated against COVID-19. A Colorado State Representative Tim Geiger posted a photo of the letter sent to the patient stating this. Listen, the transplant team at University of Colorado Hospital has determined that it is necessary to place you inactive on the waiting list. You will be inactivated on the list for non-compliance by not receiving the COVID vaccine. You will have 30 days to begin the vaccination series. If your decision is to refuse COVID vaccination, you will be removed from the kidney transplant list. Wow.
So these mandates have now become a matter of life and death. And in the case like this, it really is concerning. To think about that, let's bring our panel back in. I want to add a little twist to this. As I'm reading this story, I think this woman actually has a donor, and which takes away someone else, unfortunately, needing to pass in order for there to be a kidney available. But that person, as I understand it, Simon, is also not vaccinated and is required to do so. What's your take on these? Or do you think there maybe could be another private hospital where they'd say, yeah, it's fine, we'll do the surgery?
I mean, I would hope there is another private hospital where they will do that. You know, we need donors. I'm very proud of the fact that my wife donated a kidney to a complete stranger.
Wow.
And I'm really proud of her for that. We need people to step up and do this. And when a hospital says, well, you can't have it unless you get this shot, it is, to me, outrageous. And by the way, I never tell people to get the shot. I never tell people not to get the shot. I've never been an anti-vax person or even a pro-vax person. I personally have had the vaccine, just to put the cards on the table. And, of course, our friend Phil Valentine did not, and unfortunately is no longer with us. But I think this is a personal decision. And for a hospital to react like this is outrageous. There's no other word for it.
Yeah, Stacy, you know, this patient had about 12% of her kidney function left, and as Bob mentioned, did find a donor as well. But now, you know, they're basically taking away her opportunity to live.
Yeah, so I think my understanding is the same as Simon's. The woman found a donor, so they should just seek out another hospital. I really feel like they should start a Give, Send, Go account and raise money to, you know, get her relocated to wherever she can find a hospital system that will do this surgery for her without trying to dictate what her vaccination status is. The difference between, and in the letter, the hospital system says, well, we require people to say that they'll stop smoking or that they'll, you know, follow the proper diet, or, you know, so there are requirements in order to receive a donor organ. But this is different because we don't yet have enough years under our belt to determine what happens to people after they've been vaccinated with this particular shot. So this is just them exercising their undue power and influence over her. And I also, just for the record, I'm unvaccinated, and I don't plan on getting vaccinated with this particular shot because it doesn't prevent the passage of COVID-19. It doesn't prevent me from passing it on to anyone else. But I also hold the same view as Simon, that for people who are vaccinated, I applaud you. For people who are unvaccinated, I applaud you as well. It is a personal choice. It is a personal decision. And because those who have been vaccinated are protected, they should not be concerned with those who are unvaccinated simply because they've already taken the choice to do what they feel is best. So we're really getting out into left field here.
How so?
Well, so let's just think about it. The woman has 12% kidney function. She's about to die. So instead of saying, you get this, you found a donor, let's do this surgery and move on to the next person, they're putting a kink in the whole system, and they're going to make her wait to die instead of getting the shot.
Exactly, Stacy. And the thing on top of that is the argument that I would make for them being forced to get the vaccine to be in that hospital is that they would be putting others in the hospital at risk. But if that hospital has their own people get vaccinated, either they do or they don't, I don't think they're doing that, because you can also pass on the virus even when you've been vaccinated. So that's a case where I don't know that they would be putting, Heather, other people's lives in danger anyway, if I read it right.
Yeah, you can die from the virus if you have been vaccinated, as someone that I grew up with did just a couple weeks ago, who had been vaccinated both shots. You know, Simon, the reason being given by the hospital itself was that this stemmed from mortality rates and from concerns that living donors could pass on the virus. And that is something that I had wondered about. You know, could living donors, if they, you know, say donating their liver, they could pass on COVID-19, but then people who don't choose to get the vaccine, then they're getting if they choose not to do that, but they say need a liver, they would be getting a liver from someone who's been vaccinated. So, you know, you have to look at both sides of it.
I think, first of all, I think the vaccine is actually more of a therapeutic. I think it helps. I know it's not a vaccine if people are getting sick and dying, right? After they've had it, they're getting the disease. But surely with the kidney donor and the kidney recipient, they're going to test them, right? Do they have it? Do they not have it? If they have it, well, we've got to isolate them. I mean, they're going to do all that. As I said, this is just outrageous. Today on my show, actually, I've got a nurse, 16-year nurse, who is no longer a nurse because she refused to get the vaccine.
By the way, if people come into a trauma center, I don't know if they're saying, I'm sorry you've been shot. Have you had the vaccine?
Right.
So
they probably are.
Having said that, I've had the vaccine. We're sorry that Phil Valentine is not around here. We used to enjoy having you, Simon, and him on. But people should have the right to make their own minds up on this. Coming up, thank you so much on our panel, Stacy and Simon.